intersects with our interests in fun ways. Not quite a full right-wing Chud video, at least in politics. I think we're going to get into that in this video. I haven't watched the whole thing. But this is One Shot Quester's like weird gripe video about Min-Maxed, a new live play series that came out in the, we'll call it like medieval martial arts YouTube space. Anyway, I don't really partake in the sword content, but I do partake in D&D content, and I have a sort of side gig with the Shadiversity content that we do sometimes. So I have been somewhat initiated into some of these videos. I've really only seen, I think, is this Cell Sword Arts, the sword guy? And then I think this is the archer guy that does some of those shorts videos where he jumps around and shoots arrows, but that could be another guy. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm ignorant on this. But so I don't have, let's just go in with this. I don't have a bias.
The Convergence? Yeah, that event that was hosted back in 2022 by some of the most biggest TikTok creators back then in the D&D space. Some
the most biggest. Aww.
That are very like, oh, we're wholesome and we love you guys. You really want to know what they said about you guys behind the scenes? You really want to know how they viewed you? Because I'll freaking do it if they end up pulling a stunt like that again. You want to know where your donations went to that charity stream for that one D&D creator that put it on? Do you want to know why it was so weird that you never saw a receipt from that donation and suddenly they're on vacation? Because
God damn it. You cannot do anything on the internet. You cannot fundraise for shit on the internet without this happening. Someone will do this.
I got the receipts. I have the DMs. And if any of these creators decide to try to pull a stunt like this again, I am calling their butts out.
Is he? He says friggin' and butts a lot. So we got a PG guy, a PG hater out here. Interesting.
I am frustrated. This is 6 years of pent up aggression.
Oh. Chat's calling this guy Timu Fred Durst.
And this is unfortunately the thing that broke the camel's back. And I am frustrated. I am sad.
Is he crying? What the fuck? I didn't realize this guy was going to start crashing the fuck out. Why? I got to tell you, the audience has no context for why this is happening, guy who made this video.
That this community keeps getting taken advantage of. Because I've met so many of you, and you're all wonderful. Sorry, I didn't.
All right, dude. I'm all for men being more open with their emotions and having the ability to cry. And, you know, it's no big deal to cry. But when the reason you're crying is only ever fucking anger, man, it's a little weird. I think this is a frustrated cry. I don't think he was invited to the thing. I think he feels left out.
Feel like I was getting emotional, but I'm getting so much off my chest right now. If you
Good God.
don't know what Min-Max is, Min-Max is a D&D production started by a group of short form creators who are very athletic and also who focus mainly on like showcasing weapons and things like that. It was very exciting. They put out this video saying, hey, we want everyone to get together. We want to play D&D and we want to like show people what we can do together. And you know what? That's a really cool idea.
Screaming. That's a really cool idea. I liked hearing about it. Like, what, dude? The emotions on this is so strange.
That's super awesome. When I showcase this information that I'm about to dive into with Min-Max, I want you all to know that this has nothing to do with the creators that were asked to join Min-Max.
He put this up and then he's going to read it?
This has everything to do with the ones who are producing Min-Max. Much of what I'm going to say is based off of my own experience putting this type of productions on. And I will also...
Putting this type of productions on. It's fine. You don't have to be perfect or whatever. I just think it's funny the way he talks. Talk however you want. I think it's funny.
Do my own due diligence to point out faults and my own mistakes that I also made when trying to put on something like this. This is not an attack to stop the production of Min-Max. This is a call out on mishandling supporters' hard-earned funds of over $100,000. I want this project to succeed for my friends, the ones who are a part of this, and to the fans who donated. And if I'm proven wrong and they did do more in future videos after episode 1, I will be more than happy to take this video down, make a video offering an apology, and go into detail what I like about this production.
Seems like a weird way to go about it. It's very aggressive. I feel like if he was actually concerned about this, the tone would be different. I don't know. Crazy to post after one episode. Very strange. The first episode of this comes out, so you know there's big hype, and now you're like, well, they got to get called out. But I'm willing to hedge this whole thing. Just say with your chest what you mean. Now it feels slimier. I don't know. It feels like, well, I'll retract if I feel like it's not popular to stay here.
With that all being said, let's jump into this first slide, shall we? And as a graphics person and how I go about things...
You're a graphics guy and this is what it looks like? Come on. What the fuck? The texts aren't even... You can't even get the same fucking size font between paragraphs, man. Why you... Graphic design is my passion.
I see things a little bit differently when it comes to graphics. I worked at a graphic design place.
I was joking.
For a year, and it taught me
1 year. I have 1 year of graphics design experience, sir.
so much. It taught me everything.
Impact fucking
Jake defeated.
I can't graphic design as my dude. It is. It's literally happening. Living the meme, dude.
That I needed to know about creating product or like graphic design within production. So this first slide is their layout. $100,000.
It's a little busy. Do they take the labels off at any point, or do they leave them? I would say it's pretty good. I don't know if does it change around at all? I don't know. I like the set's not bad either, especially for something that isn't made by a huge production company and just some streamers that got together for this. Or not even streamers, content creators, like they do shorts and stuff and do a lot of choreography.
And there is 52% dead space on your screen if you're...
Are you counting the gray box around where the digital tabletop is right now? I disagree. I think it looks fine. Do you think they spent all 100? So they raised $100,000. Do you think they had to spend $100,000 to do the whole series on the set and the graphics, rather than it just being part of their budget consideration? I'm sure also travel is involved. Look at all the dead space with cute animal drawings. Trash stream. Dude, I'm sorry. Fuck, you're right. A lot of dead space on this stream.
There's 80% of dead space without the VTT on screen. You
that they're using? What?
don't believe me?
Why is this your first gripe? Hello?
Here it is.
Here it is. Look at all this. This is not dead space. What the fuck are you talking about? Hello? There's sets. There's fucking names and information. What? That's objectively not what dead space means. Dude, this guy sees fucking Dune. He's like, oh my god, look at the dead space. Fucking dead ass space. I know this is low res, but you get it. Look at this dead space in this fucking shot of this movie. Trash. Anyway, I'm seeing a lot of information here. It looks like a cool tavern game with I guess a dead guy in there. That's fine. You can have there's skeletons in taverns. That's true.
That is all you see with the creators, and this is everything that you see for everything else.
That's plenty?
There's no reason why each of these...
Why is this your first... You were fucking crying 2 seconds ago, and this is your first complaint? This is number one on the list of things I don't like about this? No wonder this guy's getting fucking made fun of. Dude, what the fuck? A problem I don't understand. This is not Dead Space.
Shots need to be so zoomed out.
Good lord.
And why...
Cry, dude. Cry more tears. Hilarious.
These creators, the creators that people wanted to see play together are so little There is no excuse for that. Why is there so much more space for the DM?
I'm fine with the DM being there. He's multiple characters. This doesn't look bad. There's 6 of them, one of him. He's going to look bigger on frame than any of him no matter what. There's only one of them. But this video is 90% dead space using the video as background. Fuck! Wait, guys. How much dead space is in this shot? What the fuck? I think actually 85% of this is dead space. What the fuck? Can you believe people support this guy? I'm gonna cry right now just looking at this. What a shame.
They are the one leading this game. They should be a main focus for this, and they're not. And you want to know why? Because 25% of the screen is just backdrop.
Cool. You paid to see the people, not the set that this also paid for. What are you talking about? If you want to say they could frame these a little tighter, okay. I guess you could bring this down or bring them up a little bit and pull this in just slightly.
Viewers are seeing more backdrop than the people they paid to watch play D&D together.
Dude, he wants close-ups of every creator's bussy right now, or he did not get his money's worth.
And it's crazier when we get into more of this, how much this backdrop feels, or this set feels more of a priority than the actual game itself. Moving on. This is the big kicker. This is what ticked me off the most. To remind you, if I haven't said before, they had a budget of over $100,000 to work with. Mind you, they had some fees that they had to pay from GoFundMe. That's totally fine. That is normal. They also set aside 25% of that earnings to taxes. That is also very smart. So they had around, I think, $72,000 to work with by the end of this. They talk about the atmosphere. This is the
So a tenth of their budget.
first thing that they show within their budget breakdown. They talk about the atmosphere, which was made by Dark Hour Still Beat Studios, and nothing against them. I watched the video of them talking to the one, or the owner of the one who's going to be helping them make this set.
Dude, for this guy to talk about production values and then for this to be the most scuffed shit I've ever seen, the audacity. The fucking text behind himself, the fucking hastily cut out, fucking like a serial killer cutting out a newspaper.
Seems like a great guy and a lovely dude, and I want nothing but good to happen to them. So this is not
I love that his green screen is visible on his arms and that it cuts off harshly right here so that it's like, you lose whatever. Look at all this dead space over here, dude.
Against them in any way.
Why can't we see your arm, bro? I paid to see your arm. I turned this YouTube video on and I'm only seeing fucking how much percent of this is your body? Maybe 30% of your body? What the fuck?
Shape or form. So first of all, talk about the set. They talk about this gaming table. They talk about this venue, and that cost them $7,144. When you first watch the first episode, if that
gaming tables are expensive, dude.
All we're gonna see, if this right here is all we're seeing, why did they have to get a set and not just use backdrops that they will all still be able to see and use?
I don't understand. Why didn't they have a worse set, is what you're saying? Why wasn't the set worse? They've really, look, on this small budget, they made a pretty cool set. I'm pretty mad.
You can get a very nice printed backdrop for like $100 each.
Dude, I spent about $5,000 on the set downstairs that got blown up by our shady friend. So, I mean, I was really invested in that. I was really excited. I saved up for it. 7K is good because they had better cameras and mics than us for sure.
Boom. That's $400 they could have used for that. Let me preface. These are my questions to them. These are questions that I would love to have answered. I would love to know their reasoning and rationale behind what I'm trying to say. Also,
I would like to know their reasoning and rationale behind what I'm trying to say. Yeah. That kind of tracks, actually.
why get a crazy gaming table if you're not going to use it for minis and terrain? What was the point if you're using a VTT?
I think the VTT is in the middle of the table, isn't it?
I bring this up because in their video of the breakdown, they talk about this gaming table and how cool it is, and they can't wait to play on it. The tech guy running it posted a video about the behind the scenes stuff. They show the table. It looks nothing important. And with the table, in the table, there's a big hole cut out where all of like the lights and microphones are being held up in.
The hole is for the virtual tabletop in the center, man.
So why did you go out of your way to make this grand table that's not even going to be like shown on screen? Or
it is. The virtual tabletop is the table.
Really even used for what it looks like besides just the players.
Yeah, I can't believe the table is going to be used by the players.
We're not going to see this table in action with any minis or terrain. It doesn't look like it.
You want them to spend more money on terrain and stuff? Not cheap. Sorry, you're not Critical Role, so it's not very good. I disagree. They can use a virtual tabletop. It's so fine. There are people who play in-home games with virtual tabletops, and they'll put their minis on the TV or whatever that they put it to there. There's people that just use, I just draw the maps out onto a fucking dry erase board. That was fun. You haven't even got cup holders. I know, right? So it's a great set that they use too much of, but it's also bad, but it's also too much. They spent too much money, but they also didn't do enough.
Because there's a big hole in the center of this, and that's where all the lights and microphones are coming from.
No, not all the lights and microphones are in the center of the table. Those are around the table. That doesn't make any sense. Why did you say he has no... I thought he said he'd done some production on this stuff. What is he talking about?
My next question is, why did they get a big open space venue where there's so much echo and not more enclosed space for better audio? There was a big issue, and I saw this in the comments everywhere, that some people were way too quiet and it was super hard to hear.
Okay, so their audio wasn't dialed in on their first episode. Leftist audio. Classic. Dude, it took Crit Roll years to dial in their audio. Right? It's the first episode. I don't mind. Like, I'm sure they're going to get better as it goes. This is off of their first and only episode so far, right? And they've committed to more. Yeah.
This pricing for what episode 1 gave us does not justify what supporters sent over. To me, this does not justify anything. Moving on. The art. In total, the art cost them $2,000.
It's a pretty good deal.
Character art cost about $1,200. I'm not going to argue about that one. Character art is expensive.
First 100+ episodes of Crit Roll sucked audio-wise, and it still gets better each season. Dude, it's pretty good now, though. They've got it locked in. Marisha and the crew have done an excellent job in the last 2 sets.
They get pricey, so I'm going to give them this one. The logo design is outrageous. Once again.
What? Why? What? This is going to give you the rights. What are you talking about, the logo design? This is for the continual rights to use the logo also, right? A one-time pay of $861. What if this shit takes off? The artist isn't going to make residuals on that. And if it doesn't take off, they got their money's worth. It's a gamble either way, but I mean, like, the artist, $861, that's a good deal. Full commercial rights, that's a good fucking price. They probably had a friend. You know? Because this is like a production. All of them are involved.
I worked at a graphic design company.
Is he gonna cry?
I have made logos from people. I have made designs for other people. Yeah. And not once, I don't know how much it's changed since I worked there to now, but not once did I ever get close to an $861 fee.
Well, first of all, it sounds like your company was making dog shit, which is super funny. And it sounds like you didn't really put that much effort in. So this is for a private commission for continuous commercial rights. That's a really good deal. I don't think this guy's been in the industry very long. We wouldn't have been able to do any of the fucking production on our D&D productions if Sarah wasn't the artist. Like, it would have taken so much more money. Like, I would have had to get everybody else involved rather than just me footing the bill.
For creating a logo. You want to know something even funnier?
Quick Google, $350 to $550 to register to the logo/trademark alone. Just to register, yeah.
I went onto a website that I normally use to get certain assets from. I legitimately typed in M sword into the search bar. This first...
Did you get AI shit?
Graphic right next to me, that is their logo. That is the logo that they paid for.
Okay.
The 2 to the side
are worse.
Are pictures that I found immediately on Free Pick.
Immediately.
And if you look at both of them really closely, you can see where the inspiration for the design came from. Now, what I'm trying to get out on this, if I was making their logo and I typed in my stuff and these were the two things that I saw and I based it off of, this logo is not hard to make. What you do, either you take the assets given to you or you just remake them and then you put a little bevel on it and then you put some type of texture on it and that's what you get.
Okay. So anyway, I'm sure they did concepting and they went through a few iterations and they all decided together. And there's probably like not just this one logo, but there's probably a few, you know, spaced out versions of the logo where there's a whole word or, you know, other forms of these things. I'm sure this artist did plenty of work to earn $800.
It could legitimately take you maybe max an hour.
Okay. Sit down and show us the hour-long process right now of you stealing someone else's artwork to make a logo design for your shitty company.
I do not agree with that pricing with the logo design. I feel like they overpaid. I don't feel like they did their due diligence with finding someone who would do better with logo.
He sounds so ass mad to not be involved in any way. He's like, that could have been my $800, bro.
I do not feel like that's a justified number.
Disagree.
And this is coming from someone who worked in this space before.
Disagree.
Moving on. The tech. Ooh, the tech. When I get to the tech portion, I have put on productions like this before. I have put on productions where I've had to use multiple lighting. I have had to put productions on where I had to use multiple cameras, multiple mics, all of that stuff.
Me too.
To be able to put something on like this. Now, before I go into this, I will say, as a creator, and if this is, you know, an exciting project, sometimes you don't think things through. Sometimes there's not a rationale on thinking things through on how you should go about what kind of tech and stuff that you should get.
This bill seems great. Camera, rec gear, player tablets, which we didn't have. If you had a tablet, you got it yourself. But that's 6 people getting tablets, plus the DM. I guess just not the DM. Camera and rec gear. I assume that's recording gear. So other cables and stuff. And that's for 4 cameras, $925. That's not bad. Mics and sound. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mics. So about $200 each. And then lighting. I mean, I don't know what they got going on in there. We used cheaper lighting, but it was worse.
Part mainly comes from an experience that I've done and the behind the scenes that the tech producer showed as well. I saw what kind of lightings they were using. I saw what kind of cameras they were using. And I have information here.
Could have. Look, you don't have to be an English major. It's fine. But for everyone out there, it's could have. Could have that you're saying out loud is a contraction. That's could apostrophe VE. Not could of. It's could have. Or you could say could have, but you know what I'm saying? Not could of. A small gripe to the failing literacy of the country. It's okay though.
On how they could have done this better or
coulda. I would accept coulda. I actually do think that's a word. Coulda. But when we say could've, we're not actually saying of, even when we are saying it out loud phonetically similar to could've. You know what I mean? You could have done that for me. You could have done that for me is what you're saying. Yeah.
You know, used money more wisely with the product that they gave. That is another thing what I'm trying to do. A lot of the stuff that I am justifying is based off of how they showed off their...
Not sure what the rest of the 665... So assuming they even got the same deal 5 years ago, this guy got on webcams and pocket threes and shit like that. Fucking not sure what the other stuff was, but, you know, where are they running the recording to? Fucking computer, probably? So recording gear... you know, involves where they capture the fucking footage to, the vessel designed for that, and everything that goes with it. Not to mention how you interface with this. You need a screen, you need a fucking, you know, keyboard and mouse. Could also be personnel. Yeah, I don't know.
Very first episode. Their first episode is a debut. You're supposed to show everything that people should really get to experience. If not everything, at least something. But what they delivered was so below average.
What's weird is he's not showing any clips to try to bolster his argument here. So, like, are you going to show me them having a low quality stream? Like, am I going to have to tune in my goddamn self? Am I going to have to go find this myself to look at?
With the funds they got. So let me jump into that. For the camera and rec gear, I have written down here, they used a webcam for the DM. I didn't know which webcam they used. They used 3 Osmo Pocket 3 cams for the players. Now go back and look on how things look. If this was me running it.
Did I miss something? That math is wrong. It totals 4,891. Does it really? Someone double check that. Is he wrong about, did his own math get printed out wrong? Or did this math get printed out wrong? Or is he doing it wrong here? Is this from their thing?
You could have bought 4 Logitech C920s, which are webcams, and you would have saved $665. I'm not sure what they mean by rec gear. It could just be the recording gear in general, but I don't know. So if it's just recording gear, that is very much not justified. That is
all right, dude.
An outrageous number for the type of quality that people got with what they bought.
I don't understand. So you wanted them to get more expensive cameras or less? You know? I don't understand.
Your tablets. Oh, this is a fun one. Not necessary. They spent over $1,000 on player tablets because in this video of the breakdown, they said they were going to be able to look at the us as viewers, we were going to be able to see the tablets in real time. We were going to be able to see the players work with these tablets in real time. You didn't see any of that. Behind the scenes didn't show or even mention that that was ever going to be a thing.
Is it for their player sheets and handouts and stuff? And the virtual tabletop? They did it on the virtual tabletop? Like, are they able to move their characters around with the tablets on the VTT?
That $1,000.
Yes, literally. So they're all linked. So you see them fucking using it. Okay, great.
Incredibly unjustified.
He wants like a camera on the tablets and hands. That's what he wants.
Mic and sound. This was a big one. This was the big issue that happened with this video.
This is the big issue that you cried about?
And that was the audio was not the greatest. A lot of the times people...
The audio was not the greatest. Do you understand? Why maybe? This criticism seems overblown. There's too much dead space, but I want a screen full of 6 tablets, dude. That would be hilarious. Can you imagine? Over-the-shoulder RP cams of their hands operating their tablets in 6 more little boxes. Fuck yeah, dude.
People were leaning way too back and it would sound like they were far away, or some people were a little too loud and when they would laugh, it'd kind of blow your ears out a little bit.
Oh, okay. So that's just a mixing thing. You have to fix your yields, I think. There's like a upper range and lower range that you allow, and then you can, I don't know, there's some settings. I try to get acquainted with them and try to get used to them when we were filming, but it's hard to dial in, especially because not every mic has a great range that you can, that it'll record optimally at. So you kind of have to point them in a specific place. They'll figure it out. I'm not worried about that.
Used lapel mics. And obviously, I don't feel like that is the correct choice, because if you're facing these issues and if you're with a group that is also very
Dude, speaking of, he needs to do something with the settings on his mic because he is shrill. It is like hurting my ears. I like pausing this video.
Round and athletic, they should have invested in 7 pod mics, which cost around $80, $90 each. You get 7 XLR cables and a decent 8-channel audio interface, all bought on Amazon.
Yay, Amazon.
It would have delivered better audio quality and would have cost them $500 less.
So he's like, if I could have shopped for this and gotten worse mics with worse quality, it would be better, actually. I could have thrifted for you. Think of what we could have had min-maxed if you would have let me on board. But instead... So why don't you go fucking do it then? Make your own fucking live play. Let's see it. Show us your budget, too.
Than what they have now. They also showed off...
Sounds like cable hell. I would personally, while I'm playing D&D, not want a pod mic on me.
The lighting. They said they spent $1,300 on lighting. I saw the lighting, and some of the lights I use in my own studio. Some of the lights that I used at live shows. And guess what? They could have used 4 LED aperture lights, and if they would have just lit them in a correct way and maybe got 2 C-stands if they wanted to, it would have cost them $1,000. They ended up going a different route and spending an extra $376.
Dude, he's quibbling over hundreds of dollars for their budget so that they could get worse shit. Like, he's like, you really should have thrifted these. I don't know why he wants them to have different things. He's like, well, I would have bought this. Okay. They're different prices. I mean, this is not a big deal. We're talking about a difference of like $500 here so that you can feel better about the budget on the tech.
I have made decisions like this. I have bought things being like, I think I need this, blah, blah, blah.
And then they made the same decisions that you made. Okay, let's just steel man it. And so you're saying that they should make an attack video about you having made this exact decision before? Do you think you should be fucking harassed for that? You know what? Sometimes I buy things and I realize I could have gone a different way. Like, is that a crime? If anything, you can blame capitalism for its inefficiency on delivering goods to people.
I end up buying it, realizing that I never really needed it in the first place.
So so you're guilty of the thing. It's a wash.
And the difference between why I'm upset at this compared to what my thing is because majority of the time, all of that funds came out of my own pocket.
You make YouTube videos. It did not.
I paid for them. They used not their own money. They used fan support.
So that means they have to get this specific Amazon mixing board and these shitty Amazon Basics XLR cables because it was funded by a crowd. It sounds like you are jealous. This is what I'm getting
for all of this. And again, that is why I'm upset. Is they are mishandling these donators' funds. The total cost, holy crap. Okay, the total cost for season 1 was $24,840. Now, some things that I didn't cover was them being able to fly creators down, housing them, make sure everyone was good, yada, yada, yada. You know what? I'm giving that one to them because if I supported them and I knew my favorite creators were taken care of. Great.
And they're not, it doesn't sound like they're getting like paid though. It sounds like they're just showing up for free to do this with some pals, I guess. So they're not taking like a fee. So it's very cheap. My friends also didn't. We just were already playing the game and wanted to record it. I don't know how you feel like this is mismanagement. That's pretty close. And they're also getting the venue for the place too. So they're renting a place to film it. And they have this DM who, is he making any money? Or is he just also a creator getting there and it's just like basically a collab and they're hoping it works out? Good for them, man.
Great. I want to make sure they're sleeping comfortably. I want to make sure that they're being fed. I've been to events where I've had those things. It's super freaking nice as the creator, and it makes you feel more ready to put on a performance. I've been in places where they didn't provide anything, and it sucks, and it's draining on you sometimes. I'm glad they took care of...
Dude, I fucking think this guy sucks, dude. His fucking demeanor is bad.
The creators. What I'm not happy about is they put down the remaining budget for future seasons is $47,321. People donated to this series to make season 1 the big one.
What? You're mad you said they were spending too much money and now you're mad they're not spending more of it? Make up your fucking mind. They should have spent more fucking money on this. Can you imagine if that said if these numbers were reversed? Jeez. And he'd be like, well, now you don't have enough money for the next season. And people would have to explain to him, they're like, well, it's going to be cheaper next season because they don't have the startup costs.
That's what people donated to. And if it did well, they were going to make other seasons. I have some pinpoints here. They had a Q&A in their pinned comment for their first video. One of the Q&As was, how many episodes will there be? They said around 12 to 14 episodes. They didn't even know how many episodes there's going to be. Around 12 to 14 episodes airing every other week for about 6 months. Do you guys not know how YouTube works? There is so much that I can say just from that one video that is crazy that this is the planned schedule for this.
Wait, why?
The people putting this on are constantly putting out content. They are like putting it out like it's gumballs at a freaking gumball machine that's broken.
I think we could have edited this video a little bit to make it shorter, personally. I didn't need every riff this guy was gonna go on. He could leave some of it on the cutting room floor.
You just keep turning the knob and gumballs keep flying out. That's pretty much how they go about doing their content. But for these
Yes, they do make shorts.
long videos, for something that's super hyped and people are excited for, they're doing it every other week?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Why? Like, no? Well, yeah. That I believe that's a reasonable schedule. Especially because, like you said, they make lots of content. They can reorganize their fans to go watch the videos every 2 weeks, you know? Hey, new video's coming out, don't forget. And then they can also pump it after it's done. So that gives the editors time to work and make sure that they can work on different levels, and film schedule can be, you know, pumped out well. It's a nice slow pace, so they don't have to, you know, bust ass and then not deliver on a thing because no one's schedules work out. They're not going to just push it too much and make it a worse product. I don't know. He wants them to spend more money, less time, but also less money with lower quality, but also it must look better. I don't think his stream would look good if he did that based on what I've fucking seen on the screen right now.
If people are hyped for this, man, you want to get those videos out. You're going to lose so much traction by doing this.
You were crying tears for this, for their schedule?
And again, what happens if there isn't enough support at the end of their 12 to 14 episodes? We just saw their first episode go live. You want to know what happens with every D&D stream that has their episode 1? Their views fall by like half or even 3/4. And it just keeps going down.
Well, yeah, that's inevitable. And that's okay. That's just you're never going to have more views in episode 2 than episode 1. Why would you?
After that, the longer you go, it keeps going down. How do you guys know that you will have enough support by the end of this to use that $47,000?
Because it's already paid for and they've committed to it and they have fun playing D&D together and they already have separate careers that aren't tied to this. And so this is like a supplementary thing that they've agreed to do together. I don't see a problem with it.
What are you going to do with almost $50,000 of fan support? And moving on to other things as well.
That was a weird edit, dude. I don't think that didn't freeze. That was his choice.
Well, in Texas.
Dude, why are you telling anybody about empty space and how things look shitty? How can you be wasting breath on other people's shit when you can't even address your own problems?
About the end of January, there was a big storm that happened. It was an ice storm, and you know what? We had ice and snow everywhere for about a week, and then it was gone. I point that out for a reason, because what they say here is mind-boggling to me. In their other Q&A, they say, will there be any live action scenes? Yes, but not for season 1. Not for the season that people donated for.
We only had about 3 days to film, and the Texas ice storm meant we couldn't shoot outside for live action bits. In future seasons, we will have some live action highlights of cool moments, and we may revisit some of the best moments from season 1. That's reasonable. 3 days to film 14 episodes, assuming that those are fucking at least 2-ish hours a piece of at least sitting down and at the camera. It's probably more. Minimum. You have fucking hours and hours, 24 hours if it's fucking 12 minimum of time on camera over 3 days. It's a lot of time, and I'm sure it was more because I had to put the set together and everything. This was never a promised thing. Like, will there be live action scenes? Yes, but not in season 1. So, like, literally the answer to the only question. Yeah. I think they did 3 days of 10-hour recording sessions. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. I could do 3 days of D&D with my pals for that, but 3 days of 10-hour, like 3 10-hour days with other content creators trying to make this thing, that's a grueling schedule. Because, you know, you're also, I'm assuming they are mostly meeting in person for the first time as a whole group. Like, that dynamic is going to be something that, it's like a professional setting. I don't know who else is on set. It's a lot of people.
We only had 3 days to film, and the Texas ice storm meant we couldn't shoot outside for live action bits.
Mm-hmm.
In future sessions, we will have some live action highlights of cool moments, and we may revisit some in the best moments for season 1. They may!
Yep. Cool. Why would we even be mad?
They're not even promising you that you're getting what you donated for season 1.
Why are you saying that's what you donated for? Because they do that as their main thing? You thought that they were going to play D&D and then fully choreograph their fantasy fights in real life? How could you even do that until after you recorded them anyway? What did you want them to do? Know ahead of time what the choreography was going to be and shoot for weeks and months? I don't understand. I need them to freeze to death in the Texas ice storm and also do it in between sessions, I guess. I don't know how he wants them to do it.
No, you freaking do that because that's what you guys promised what we were going to experience. They also say, we also know that the audio was quiet at times. There were some recording issues, but we are working to make the best of what we have. Season 1 had to be planned, filmed, and edited very quickly. Because of that, we didn't have much time to test and troubleshoot our tech. We are already hard at work on planning and logistics for season 2.
Look at that. The questions you had earlier were like, what's this? What are they going to do the rest of it? They're already doing it. Why is he even making this video? I feel like he just wants attention and is mad that he wasn't part of this and that no one even fucking considered him. Because why would they? This guy sucks. I hear he's losing a lot of subscribers also.
Why? Why did you guys have to plan, film, and edit this so quickly?
Because it was fundraised and they wanted to get it done and deliver fast for a bunch of people while everyone's schedules allowed, I assume, right? Like, so you're mad that they met their timelines. You're mad that they're delivering these things. You're mad that they have too much money left over, but they also spent too much money. I don't know, dude. This seems like hater shit.
Why? Give us a reason why that had to be done as fast as possible.
You just fucking read them.
From my point of view, there's no excuse. You guys just wanted to get the series out because there was hype around it, and you guys wanted to get those views and that ad revenue instead of taking your time to put effort into this series that people donated to, but instead you went, nah, we're going to chase the views.
What? That's what you're doing with this video, though. Why? Wait, you're making this video with zero real legitimate gripes to chase the views of their thing that you weren't invited on.
Please explain that to me. Also, why build a set if you were going to film live action outside? Because outside wasn't an option. You scrapped the entire thing that would make this series unique and so cool.
You're mad that people more talented than you didn't do even more talented stuff? You didn't make the art I want you to make, is the criticism I'm hearing. Maybe they will. They just said, like, you can't pre-film your fucking choreographed fights from the D&D session you just played, like, or you're about to play. That's just not how it's going to ever work, man. You would have to play it first and then go back and do highlights, just like they said. There's no other way to do that. It's a role-playing game. It has to be off the cuff. And if they sit and do 10-hour sessions, I'm assuming with some breaks in between, they're not going to spend that time broken up because they only have 3 days to film to also do pickup shots of their live action fucking cool moments or whatever. They don't even know what the cool moments are going to be yet. They don't even know what's going to be narratively interesting to shoot.
I pray and hope we see something like that in the future episodes. Because if not, oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? Why did season 1 have to be planned and filmed and edited so quickly? I understand from a creator standpoint that scheduling between creators is very difficult, but they got 7 creators to figure out a time and scheduled to play D&D in around a month. If you see when they posted, hey, we got the funding, to when they posted we're being 100% transparent about the funds. It took them a little over a month to get that all figured out.
Damn it. They're too fast now. They're too cheap. They're too well budgeted. They're too fast at making stuff. I fucking hate this. This guy fucking sucks, man. What a terrible vibe. Entirely just filled with hater stuff. Then go make the production you think you can make better. Go do it. Head on out.
They really should have taken the time to do more troubleshooting, which it says everywhere that they ran into a lot of issues, and figure out the problems to deliver a better quality experience and uphold your promises. Let's talk about the...
They're literally upholding their promises, but not with the specific Amazon shopping cart that he would have. Why couldn't they make quality content like this? What is this?
Hello.
3 months ago?
I am about to roll 1,000 natural 20s.
Okay.
Why? Because no one else has done it. You know who has to do it? Me. Because no one's going to do it.
Oh.
So I got to do it. I must be.
Okay. So he rolls
50. I'll read off the order name. My wife for doing. Sorry, everyone. Hello, everyone coming in.
One job. This is why.
2s and an 8. That's fine.
way more nat ones.
And I wait for nothing on the channel.
That was 3 months ago? And he's evolved into having this since then? His vibe's gotten worse.
Announcement video, because I feel like that is very important, because that is why people donate. There was a lot of promises not delivered. First of all, they say they want to build a set. You know what? That's
Why are we revisiting the set now?
fine.
We've already been
You
over
can build
this.
a set. You can have fun. You can experience that. But guess what? If
900k subs and that got 4k views? I didn't even look at the views. You're right. That's fucking crazy. You know what did get views, though? This shitty fucking drama video.
feels like the set is more important than the actual piece of content. Let's go back, shall we? You know,
Please do. I'm sorry. That was that was like a slideshow you had set up. Scrolling.
remember these creators, the creators that you guys wanted to see? Here they are.
Yeah, they look
Here's
good.
all the dead space.
That's
There's
not Dead Space. Why are we going back over this?
more.
I like the set. I think it is cool. At best, you could zoom in a little bit.
They said they wanted a cool video setup with 2 video angles. This setup is something you see everywhere on Twitch.
Oh.
They-
What did you want? I guess you could do like big camera in the middle, like a circle that was the tabletop, and then you could do like little just face cams of people sitting around a table and then a fake DM at the top.
Felt like they insinuated that we would see the creators do some of their martial fighting, weapons, moves in these videos, and nothing. If they spent more time troubleshooting and planning, this all could have happened, but they rushed it on a $100,000 budget that was funded by fans.
Cry.
Now, where did all of the support money go? The total number that they spent for season 1 was $24,840.
We're going. You just said it. We just went over this. This looks like shit, by the way. Graphics design is my passion, guy. You can't even get it in fucking frame, dude.
$698 was for self-service and bad financial decisions. The set, the gaming table, the venue, the logo, the tablets, the cam recorders, the mics, the sounds, the lighting,
This could have been fucking 10 minutes long.
almost
Is he drunk?
$11,000 of people's donated money served nothing for them. To make this happen, based off what I figured out,
I cannot imagine being worked up about this. Holy fuck. This must be strenuous. To be this emotional.
it would have cost around $15,000 to $16,000 for them to make this happen, based off of what we saw in the first episode. 15% of the donated money was used to create a product that anyone can do on a live streaming service with 0 fan support.
I disagree. You aren't doing that, so why not then, you know? He better not pitch his own fucking thing at the end of this. Who is building a set like that? Nobody, dude.
Do you not understand that? 47 has a potential
Unhinged.
to never be used if season 2 doesn't happen.
I guess you could speculate that about lots of stuff. if this doesn't happen, the budget that they've set aside for it won't be used. I suppose that's true of, like, your rent next month, you know? Like, I budgeted for rent. What if I get hit by a bus? Can't believe they would mismanage funds like that.
Please take a good look at this number because this is crazy. I feel like this is very important.
Oh my God, why are we getting this again? These look like those unhinged, like, schizo Facebook posts that boomers put out warning you of the end times and how, like, Trump is a good guy.
If this is what you expected from them,
you're going to read it.
Great. I'm glad you're happy, and I hope you enjoy their season 1 of this production. I hope you have a great time.
I hope you have a great time. Guy who is not telling the truth.
From what I could tell in the comments,
A little passive aggressive there towards that audience.
people love this dynamic. People are laughing and having a good time, and people are saying this is one of the best things that have come out in recent time.
Wow. I think that's hilarious that you're, like, acknowledging that people really fucking loved this. The comments were great. People are having a great time. I'm a fucking hater, though. Here's this 27-minute long video that no one needed to watch.
Great. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that you're having such a great time with it.
It sounds like you're crashing the fuck out, actually.
If you donated to just get these people together to play D&D or just to support your favorite creators, great. I hope you enjoy watching this talented group of
Great! Doesn't mean that.
creators play together in the same room with all the points that I made with the last one. Now, outside of getting the creators together and being taken care of, if you donated to help with costs for this production and to help them accomplish the promises they made with videos that are still up, you call them out and you let them know they have massively misused your donations to deliver a below average production for season 1 and are holding almost $50,000 of your donations for a just in case season 2 rather than.
Why doesn't he realize that those contradict each other? He wants them to spend more money and less at the same exact time. It just doesn't make any sense.
Using it all to make the best freaking productions
Absolute
with a
hater.
talented group of individuals for season 1, which was the whole reason for their GoFundMe.
Dude, he wanted to be part of this so bad.
I'm done
Absolutely
being
whining.
the nice guy.
Are you nice? You sound terrible. You do not sound like a nice guy. You sound like fakely nice if you've ever been considered nice.
And I'm tired of seeing this stuff. I am tired of seeing people take advantage of this group and look at this group like, oh, they're just willing to throw money at everything. We're also just going to get into this so we can get a nice paycheck. And you know,
What the fuck? That doesn't sound like the motivation for this at all. I feel like organically a bunch of fans were like, hey, do you know about this person? Do you know about this person? Hey, wouldn't it be cool if you guys played D&D together? Like, there's going to be crossover there. And the description for this video is a slideshow that is his job application for min-max/sellsword, by the way. What?
you know what? Deliver something that they're just used to at this point.
He reached out to them, ghosted them when they tried to accept his offer to help, and then tried to say it was a manager. He reached out to them and was like, I would like to help and be part of this. And they were like, okay, cool. And then he ghosted them? Yeah, none of them are taking this money, obviously.
I'm so tired of it, guys. I love you guys so much. I love this community. And I'm making this video because you guys asked me to create stuff that I'm passionate about. And again, I'm passionate about you guys. Yeah. I love you guys dearly. And this stuff is pissing me off, man.
God, dude.
This is not fair to you. It really isn't. And I'm not afraid to make these videos anymore. I'm not afraid of the backlash that'll give me. I'm not afraid of the connections that this might hurt for me. I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of being hurt. I'm tired of being frustrated. And I'm tired of seeing you guys get hurt.
Dude, this is ridiculous. His channel's been dwindling for ages. Let's see. Dude, he really doesn't get very many views. Sometimes they really bomb. Holy shit. He stayed up for 12 hours and got 4,000 views. This is nuts. Sometimes one pops off, but they really don't often. Holy shit, you're right. What does this guy do? The first king to ever build a castle. And these are like shorts. I've never watched any of his content.
Thank you, loyal followers, for coming to this meeting. As your king, as your proclaimed king, we must build a castle in my name. I will now open the floor to questions. Pray tell, what exactly is a castle? It's like a house, but bigger and really cool. Tell me, do your followers also reside within these walls? No, only myself, my royal family, and my loyal chancellor, who is always trying to kill me. Next. Shall this castle stand as a testament to your power and stature as king? Proclaimed. As a proclaimed king? No. In fact, my reasoning...
All right.
This is pathetic, man.
Yeah, it is fucking pathetic. That's true.
I hope Min-Max does better. I really do. I want their future episodes to do well. But what they delivered is pathetic.
I actually think what's happening here is he's getting a little stressed out by the, like, implications that this video is going to inevitably cause for him.
I'm sorry. I just... I want this to be better.
Me too, dude. I wanted this to go better.
And I'm gonna start creating these videos.
I'm gonna start being a fucking D&D drama channel. Sick pivot, bro.
Because, man, I got the dirt.
I got
some of you out there, you know who you are. If you try to pull some of that stuff again, you better be ready because I'm calling your ass out.
And that's the bottom line.
I'm sorry, guys. So that's gonna be it for this video.
Well, if you're interested, MinMax made a reply to that, and people have been talking about it. Crispy's Tavern did a really good video about it if you want to watch it and learn more about that. Here,
production level quality.
I just skipped forward somewhere so we could see everybody, but you can watch this response if you'd like. Wow, they have 500,000 subscribers too. People are really fucking excited about this shit. Why are you saying that they have to be worried about it? Party crashers.
My name's Jack Lepiars. You might know me as Jacques the Whipper. The guy.
So this is the podcast version. You can watch the actual thing, and they have a whole intro. They do the thing. This looks fine. They have cool character art popping up. That looks fun. Ooh, I really like the character art. I didn't look at any of this. So, it's all Dead Space, but we have a rotating character art thing going on. All Dead Space. This is fun. Hot assassin. Looks like they're having a good time.
Was the like 9.5.
Smiling and laughing.
Like, use the force of your sword to kill her and then take the sword.
That sounds okay.
Before I take my second
I guess Clark sounds a little out of focus here.
attack action, I'm going to bonus action, second wind.
Okay, that's a
Great. They all know how to play the game. That's pretty nice as a player. And then they're going to end there. I mean, I don't know, dude. I'm not going to spoil any of this if you want to watch this. They're all having fun from start to finish. This actually looks like a decent live play. Sure, they could get a little more lighting on Mateo, I guess. I don't even fucking know. Some of the lights blooming, and at the top, you could fucking zoom in slightly on some of this, and it really wouldn't be that much improved. I don't know. Like, this is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. This gives them space to stand up, by the way. I don't know if it ever happens during the game, and like maybe when it gets really tense or anything, but it gives them space to lean forward in the frame and be a little more animated if it ever occurs. I don't know if it does in this first session or not, because first sessions can be, they don't have to be super quick. I also don't know if they made their own maps for this. They probably did. It looks pretty cool. They have space to swing their swords, but they don't. You're sword guys. You're supposed to do swords. Why aren't they doing it? I'm here for sword. Why did we decide to name it that thing? Someone look up the etymology of sword. Who decided that shit? That's stupid. I don't like it.